Hey, what is up, Cozy Book Besties? We are back. You can't even see them. I had to change the angle because there are so many of them. We're back for at least a partial book boxing. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's sirens outside. We're here for a partial book unboxing. Editing me, I obviously did get the last of the boxes, so this is not a partial. This is a full unboxing. Every box is here except for Bookish box, but that'll come eventually. We have, theoretically, the missing adult fantasy from November. So we have November's and December's. We have Book of the Month, and we have the Ilumicrate Afterlight combo box. We are missing, I subscribe to Bookish and Darkly box. Sounds like they are still back on like October shipping right now. So it might be a minute before we actually see one of those, which is a little frustrating because it's the first time I've ever gotten it. So fingers crossed, I really hope that I like it, or else it's going to be months of boxes before I actually know. We are also missing the Fairyloot 3-book box. I finally got a hold of the YA Adult and Romantasy combo box. I skipped the item box for January, which I might regret. I'm not sure yet. But that also is nowhere to be found. The company that ships it says that they got it back before Christmas. They never update the website kind of after they've received it. I also have all of the books that I ignored my book buying ban and bought in December, as well as a tiny, not really tiny, but as well as a Christmas haul. So I will do the book boxes, I would do the Christmas, and then I would do the purchased, because some of the purchased will tie into the Christmas, and that'll make sense later. But without further ado, let's get started. So, one thing that I'm afraid of, hold on. I also can't find my box cutter, so we're getting scissors today. One thing I'm a little nervous about is this was the book of the month for November, and seeing the description of whichever one of these is a November one, I'm afraid I have a duplicate of Violet Thistleweight as the adult fantasy. That would make 2 times in a row, because I do have the 2 red cities that I picked for book of the month, and then I got in Owlcrate. So fingers crossed, let's hope not. I'm gonna take a guess and open this one. I think this one was the one that arrived first, and we'll see. Well, use scissors, goodness. I promise I passed kindergarten. Okay. Well, awesome. I don't think this is November's. I think this is December's. This is called The Everlasting. Also, if I did get a duplicate of Violet Thistleweight, I'm going to do the same thing I'm about to do with the copy of Red City and give it to one of my best friends who doesn't have either version. Oh, don't cut it. Don't cut the book. Okay. It's a gorgeous book. So I think this one's December's, but this is The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. My fingers out of the way. On the back says, "Nothing that lives lasts forever." It's very gorgeous. Little, I wonder if it's got like a tuck everlasting kind of thing. That could just be me combining the words tuck. Interesting. She's veiled. Okay. Now let's look at the naked hardcover. The Life of Una Everlasting. Every story needs a hero. Is very beautiful. And then the edges are also, they got like the sword, maybe, you want to stick on my face, and then like a feather at the end. This one is not hand signed. It was printed sign, but you do have like a foiled, which is a very neat effect. It's got a foiled printed on signature. You've also got the letter. And then the reversible dust jacket says, "Come back to me, please. It begins where it ends, beneath the yew tree." This might be like a dark, almost like Brothers Grimm. Put this back together. All right, so a legend. Sir Una Everlasting was history's greatest hero, a lost girl who would draw a sword from the heartwood and become a legend. The knight's epic feats were rivaled only by her tragic fate, a sacrifice that saved a queen and built an empire. A lie. Centuries later, Owen Mallory was dedicated his life to Una Everlasting, abandoning a promising scholarly career to defend his country. He comes home from a war broken and weary until he finds a reason to live in the pages of a mysterious book. A love story. Sent back through time, the historian's task is to ensure that Sir Una meets her tragic fate, but instead, Owen falls in love with the complex woman behind the legend. He doesn't know how to watch her die, or how many times he's done it before. To rewrite Una's legend, they'll have to rewrite history itself. Ooh. Okay. So, interesting. So it's like a time travel. This is my favorite webtoons. It's like the time traveling into a story. Love it. Okay. So theoretically, this might be November's box then, or that's November's box and I'm way off base. And we don't have a duplicate. Let's see. No, that's right. We definitely have a duplicate. The November box was Violet Thistlethwaite. It's not a villain any longer, or anymore. Beautiful. Very different vibes between the Book of the Month, the standard publishing cover, and the Owlcrate. Oh, goodness. Okay. Also very different sizes. So, this is the Book of the Month. This is the Owlcrate. So, they seem about the same thickness, but they are significantly different in size. But the front is cute. Definitely, even so, like here is the artwork for what she looks like here and what he looks like. And then, I don't know, she just, mixed feelings. It said she didn't want to be the Thorn Witch anymore, and so she wouldn't be. So, okay. I'll probably use a reverse dust jacket, but so we've got the outside. This is the front. Beautiful. Love the artwork of that. The edges. Maybe if it'll focus. Focus. Maybe it just really wants to pick up on my face. Well, it does have a ribbon bookmark. This is the end pages. Very beautiful artwork. Nice little box. Nice. And then let's see. Does it have kind of. I would count that. I think so. We got the letter, which is like completely handwritten and printed. There's actually like a hand-drawn author page and the title page, which I think is very, very nice. So now I always gonna ask how, like, what's the page comparison and like the print, because these are very differently sized books. So this one is 356 pages. This one has much thinner pages, also 356 pages. Now, is the font, yeah, so I put the Book of the Month, the font is what is different. So, just a little bit, but this is a beautiful edition. Let's look at the reverse. Oh, I like the reverse a lot. So you've got the dragon with the flowers on this one. And you adorably have, oh my gosh, I'll do my hands together. Have it napping in the flowers. That's so cute. It says, one day at a time, one step, one breath, one heartbeat after another. However slowly, they'll move you forward. Yeah, I'm just gonna put, I almost put on the wrong copy. I'm gonna put that, well, I'll flip it later. But I'm not even gonna get into reading the synopsis because it's the same book. But this is 2 now. I had the Red City and now I have Violet Thistleweight, double copies, which my friends get books now. So good on them. Then we've got Book of the Month, which I already know. And the reason I am not waiting around for the Owlcrate and Fairyloot before unboxing these, at least for myself, is because I really wanted to read this. So we've got Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I mean, aw, and their Book of the Month bookmark is like a textured snowflake. It's got some glitter on it. Beautiful. Okay, for those who have not heard somehow of Good Spirits, he's the ghost of Christmas past. She's not exactly Scrooge. Ghost of Christmas past Nolan Callahan intends to spend the holiday haunting like every other. Get in, get out, return to his otherwise aimless existence as a ghost awaiting the afterlife. But when he's faced with Harriet York, the sweetest assignment he's ever had, he suddenly finds himself wishing for a future. Harriet York has no idea why she's being haunted. She's a good person, or at least she tries to be, a people pleaser to her core. She always does what's expected of her. But as she and Nolan begin to examine her past, they discover there are threads that bind them together and realize there might be more to moving on than expected. With the deadline of Christmas Eve fast approaching, will they find the key to their future in each other's past, or will they stay firmly in the present, indulging in their unexpected spirited connection? Even the cover has like glitter embossed. Ugh. So this is the whole reason I'm like going ahead and unboxing everything. And then for now, we have the final box, which is our Afterlight Afterlight Ilumicrate combo box. So I switched over to the combo because I had gotten both of them together. I am so far behind on my TBR that I haven't actually, don't sue me, oh my gosh, I'm opening this upside down as I always do. I'm not caught up on my subscription books. So I probably should jump ahead and read some of them so I know if I want to continue both of them. But for our Afterlight, we have Daddy Issues. Oh no. I can't be trusted. I just scratched the sprayed edges a little bit. Okay. This off. So we have Daddy Issues by Kate Goldbeck. Could be interesting. It says, sometimes love shows up where you least expect it, right next door. I hope, is this like a, anyways, okay. And then the sprayed edges, we've got an interesting mix of things, and the top and bottom are just purple. Afterlight does not have a reverse dust jacket. I can't think of words. Oh gosh, okay. And then the Naked hardcover is her, plain, and then him. And then our internal artwork, which is good. So looks like Daddy Issues are that he has a kid. Also, I love that there's a Kirby, not stick figure. See, there's a back artwork. I will say the back binding might fall apart. The pages are not sealed appropriately. I don't know how to show you that best. But when you have special editions of books, it kind of irks me whenever the quality doesn't match what you're paying for. But that's on consumerism. This looks, oh goodness, keep your jacket on. It looks like an actual pen signature. So I don't think the Afterlight always have a signature on them. So that's awesome. So daddy issues. At 26, Sam doesn't feel like she's living the adult life she was destined to have. You're in your 20s. Okay. Rather than enjoying a thriving academic career in an exciting city, she's working a dead-end waitressing job, navigating a situationship that's both toxic and intoxicating in equal measure, and living in her mom's condo. At least it isn't her basement, right? Her mom's new neighbor, Nick, is the ultimate grown-up. His 9-year-old daughter, Kira, is his world. Her happiness is his only priority, especially in the wake of his divorce. There's nothing he wouldn't do for her, including giving up his globe-trotting job for a more stable one, even if it's as the manager of a chain restaurant in Ohio. Sam has zero interest in an ultra-dependable guy pushing 40. So an age gap, if that makes sense. And frankly, she's a little afraid of kids too. But with just one thin wall separating the condos, Nick proves difficult to avoid. Soon, Sam's unexpected connection with Nick heats up, and before long, Sam finds herself falling for a man whose life couldn't be more different from her own. So I remember Allie Hazelwood got a whole lot of nonsense about people being mad at her age gap romance, but I think, honestly, I personally don't have, unless the age gap is like 70 and 20, under 20 years, I don't have that much of an issue with if they did not know each other when they were younger. So if the male, who's usually the older one, or the female, knew the younger in a couple when they were a child, absolutely not. That's where I draw the line. Looking at you, Hulu, and some of your shows. And then for our Ilumicrate book, oh my gosh. We have The Bookshop Below by Georgia Summers. Beautiful, beautiful book. The back says, the bookshop must have an owner. And then the Ilumicrate also does not have reversible dust jackets. So I've got the inner page artwork, and then the back end page, which is, I like the art style of this. And then we have the sprayed, oh, the naked. The naked is kind of a glossy edge, but I think it is very, kind of show y'all all at once how this one is. It wraps around. And I like the division and kind of how it opens up into color. And then the edges are some books and some bookshelves. So I think cute. Not the most wow. I usually don't like the super glossy slick covers because then the dust jackets tend to fall off of them. But let's see. If you want a story that will change your life, Kyron's Bookshop is where you go. For those lucky enough to grace its doors, it's a glimpse into a world of deadly bargains and powerful magic books. For Cassandra Fairfax, it's a reminder of everything she lost when Kyron kicked her out and all but shuttered the shop. Since then, she's used her skills in less ethical ways, trading stolen books and magical readings to wealthy playboys looking for power money can't buy. Then Kyron dies, and if Cassandra knows anything, it's this. The bookshop must always have an owner. To restore the shop, she'll need the help of Lowell Sharp, a rival bookseller who is everything Cassandra is not and knows it too. But as she is plunged into a world of unscrupulous collectors, deadly ink magic, and shady societies, a dark force threatens to unravel the bookshops entirely. I love a magical bookshop. They're gonna label it enemies to lovers, I'm sure, but it sounds like it's gonna be rivals to lovers, and then some magical bookshops. And I do like that. So those are the boxes that we have so far. So as I was going through and trying to do the library tour portion, which will be either before this video or after this video, we actually got our 3-book Fairyloot box. So I'm gonna add this in. Thankfully, this came in time for the unboxing. And it looks like the Owlcrate items box might also come in time. So for the very first time of me ever receiving this, I never got the multi-book box before. We have the shop. All right. I guess, is there a card? Oh, there's a card in front of everyone. So we have the Romantasy book first. Oh, yes, I'm so excited. Oh, I almost picked this for my Book of the Month book. I've decided I just can't pick the fantasy books off of Book of the Month ever again because they keep coming back in a different box, and then I get a duplicate of it. So we have We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. Gorgeous. It says kneel before the god of ruin. And this is my first time getting a Romantasy book from them. So we have the sprayed edges. The focus. Gorgeous. So pretty. These, oh, they do have a reverse dust jacket. So we've got the end paper art. Oh, this is beautiful. And then this one. And then the naked hardcover is also absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. I love that. I love the gold foiling. And then the original, just in a different colorway, I do also really, really like the reverse dust jacket. And then let's see for the, oh, beautiful. It is an actually physically signed copy, which love. So in case you haven't heard of this one, so ruled by their vampiric emperor, life in the perilous Thorn District is a constant battle for Arvel and her family. So when offered a chance to save her brother's life, she takes a magical vow. It will bind her to do the impossible, kill the emperor. But to get close to him, she must enter the Sundering, an arena where only the fastest, strongest, and deadliest survive long enough to be selected for the emperor's elite guard. As the stakes get higher and secrets emerge, she quickly draws the ire of the Primus, a powerful figure charged with protecting the emperor, while also finding herself dependent on the emperor's sadistic son, Rorik, to hone her growing powers. With Arvel's destiny deeply entwined with these two vampires, she must unravel a conspiracy that will change everything she thought she knew about herself, but only if she can complete her mission and survive the arena. I love a book. I love a book with an arena and trials. I'm so excited. Then, for the book only young adult fantasy, this is our artwork cover. So this is what I would have gotten anyway if I got the book with items. This is very different. Okay, so this is kind of an atypical, the future is loading, atypical cover to get from Fairyloot. I don't know, it just seems less mystical. So we've got our end page, our front. Smells good. Oh. And our back. I like the artwork. I really like the cover of this. And then the naked hardcover. Also beautiful. Also very kind of on the different end. Ooh. Chloe Gone Cold War. I really like both versions of this. Ooh. They kind of give it almost different vibes, but they're both pretty interesting. So we've got the bound in author letter. This one does not. So this one does not have the artist, I guess they're artists, the author signature. So Cold Wire by Chloe Gong. For decades, the world has been caught in a cold war between two powerful nations, Metalua and Atahua. The Medan orphans who live in Atahua suffer the cost. Their enrollment at Nile Military Academy is mandatory. Either serve as a soldier or risk being labeled a spy. 18-year-old Iral is one such orphan. Having recently graduated and joined Nile Corps forces, she's doing well for herself until Atahua's most wanted anarchist frames her for assassinating a government official, and she's been given a choice. Cooperate with him to search for a dangerous program in Metalua or go down for treason. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Leah is close to her own graduation when she's paired with her academic nemesis for one final assignment. But when they are ordered to infiltrate Metalua in virtual reality, Leah quickly realizes there is much more at stake than her school ranking. As Irel and Leah tear through Metalua on separate courses, the two start to suspect they are pieces in a larger conspiracy, and the closer they get to the truth, the closer their worlds come to a shattering collision. Ooh, the dystopian series. I wonder how many books it's going to be. Interesting. Oh, that sounds very interesting. So, also excited for that one. And then our third book, so Dagger and Dynasty. This is the adult fantasy box. So, no crazy artwork on that one. Ooh, it's pretty. Oh, so gorgeous. Dawn of the Firebird. Ooh, oh, that is so beautiful. And then the sprayed edges. Oh, that is the top and bottom are just kind of a wraparound. That is beautiful. Oh, I really like the art. I just got a glimpse of the hardcover. That artwork is so nice. Whoever did this artwork, I love it. It's so pretty. Ooh. Oh my gosh. The naked hardcover is absolutely stunning. Look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. Ooh. Okay. This is, out of just appearances, probably my favorite one. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's see. So we've got the author letter. And that one does not have a signature in it. So that one is blank. So she has the author letter. And typed one. So not a handwritten letter. Okay. So Dawn of the Firebird. The discarded daughter of an emperor, Camilla Zerzad is raised with her mother's nomadic tribe until a violent raid ends that peaceful life. Amid the chaos of death, the heavenly magic of Nur awakens within her, granting her the power to wield a cosmic light. Camilla grows from outsider to weapon, finally accepted into her father's court. But tragedy strikes again, and when her clansmen are defeated by a rival empire, Camilla vows lasting vengeance as she escapes. Hiding her identity, Camilla infiltrates the enemy's army academy. She studies Jinn, magic, and martial arts from cutthroat mystic monks in a bid to bring down an empire from within. But through her studies, Camilla begins to question her father's teachings of war and rule. With war escalating across kingdoms and twisted darkness spreading within her, Camilla is torn between two impossible choices, revenge or freedom. Ooh. That, I'm really excited about that one. So that is the 3-book box from Fairyloot. I did skip the 3-book box for January and got the item box. I'm still hoping I can get into the 2-box romantasy and adult fantasy and keep the item box. Or I'm going to have to decide which one to get rid of because I only have a couple of skips left for each of them. But that's all of these ones. Great edges put together for this one's box. Absolutely gorgeous. Mostly really excited about this one, honestly. Okay. We have the Owlcrate box. This video is definitely going up late because I was trying to see if I could wait out and get every box and finally have them in one video. So finally, the last box. I'm not going to even count that we don't have the Bookish box because that will get here eventually apparently. And I am not going to wait 3 months to tell you about this month's books. We'll figure that box out when it gets here. But we've got our December, so I will also add this into the library account so I know exactly what we're starting with. But sneak peek first. Ooh, ooh, is that tea? There's so much happening in here. Okay. Meet me at the Sarah Moon Festival, Riddle's Tea Shop, an Owlcrate exclusive tea blend. Oh, it's decaf. Oh, Mooncakes tea. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Maybe don't focus on me. I don't exist. Super cute. I don't want to open it because I have so many teas already. Next, we'll go to the Enchanted Elixirs collection, the Owlcrate pin for December. And we've got, what is that? Oh, this one's from Legendborn. So it says, make it about the love. Oh, these are so cute. I have not had Owlcrate for that long, so I don't know if they change style every year. So if 2025 was like the Enchanted Elixirs and 2026 is going to be something different. So I'm excited to find that out. Is this that? Oh, is this that toboggan? Ooh. Oh my gosh, I think there's a mug. I'm so excited. This is so soft. Okay. Oh, it's so simple. So this is Camp Half-Blood Cabin 3. What is this based off of? Stay warm with this Camp Half-Blood Cabin 3 beanie. Perfect for demigods braving chilly quests or hanging at camp. Inspired by Percy Jackson. I actually have not read Percy Jackson. I missed out on that when I was growing up. This is really nice, actually. This is a good even just running. I might use that. I might use this while I'm running. I missed out on Percy Jackson. I actually bought a used copy of book 1 because I really want to experience. I'm saving the possible mug for last. Is this a banner? I needed a banner. I hope this is for pins. I'm not actually showing you guys much of anything. I'm excited. Oh, it is. That's so cute. And it's like a little bookshelf. I really like this. I'm pretty sure this is a pin banner. And I needed one because I've just been collecting them and I was hoping to find one that I probably got rid of. Cozy up with a dash of fantasy this winter with our gorgeous mini soup bowl inspired by the Night and the Moth. No honor among thieves and even less among gods. Again, I haven't read that book yet, but oh my gosh. In love. In love already, and I haven't even seen the design. Oh my goodness. So it's just... It's okay. Nothing's broken. A mini soup bowl. Look at its little... That is... Oh my gosh, focus. Look at it. That is so cute. Oh, I love that. Can I put it in the dishwasher? Dishwasher and microwave safe. Love to see it. Don't give me dishware I can't dishwash. Because your girl's not hand washing everything. She's just not. Ooh. Okay. There's no card. So I kind of have to just assume on the banner. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's what we're going with. So the book of the month is A Fate So Cold by Amanda Foodie and C.L. Herman. Oh my gosh. Don't damage the book. So that's the front. Interesting. The back says, as summer wilts and winter lays its siege, and prophecies of yore come to an end, an ancient peace denied must be restored, or see the land destroyed forevermore. It's some interesting artwork. on the sides. And we have like a from fall to winter. It's like a transition. Very nice. Ooh. So this is the front end paper. I'm gonna take a wild guess that because this is like the fall color, the back is going to be like a winter. Ah, nailed it. Gorgeous. I like this transition, and I love, ooh, the naked hardback is very interesting. It's gonna make more sense and probably be even greater once I actually read the book. But this is the flow of the front, and then the reversible has this artwork, which is cute. Not sure what's going on, but we got an ice bear. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Got some foiling. Does not smell that great. So let's see. Does it have a signature? Oh, it does. I really like how this is done. So on the front, you have the Owlcrate letter, which is written by kind of an alternating between the two of them. And then you do have a truly hand-signed inside cover. I really like that. Okay. And it does also have the ribbon bookmark. So for A Fate So Cold, this is no love story. This is a tragedy. For most of the year, summer reigns peacefully over Alderland. Then, for 6 brutal weeks, winter rages, obliterating towns and wreaking casualties. Magicians bond with powerful wands of summer to defend the nation, a duty that costs many their lives. Dominic Barrow never wanted such responsibility, but destiny hasn't granted him a choice. The greatest summer wand has awakened for the first time in a century, warning that an icy cataclysm looms on the horizon. And despite his reputation as the least suited of his classmates, the wand chooses Dominic to wield it. Ellery Caldwell spent years striving to be a perfect summer magician and burying her fears of her own power. But her worst suspicions are proven true when she accidentally creates the first ever winter wand. Now, as the unprecedented Chosen Two, Dominic and Ellery must thwart the oncoming cataclysm together, and in trying to fulfill their destinies. It's a very poorly typed comma. And in trying to fulfill their destinies, they wonder if they were brought together for a second fate, to fall in love. Until they discover the unthinkable truth, the Chosen Two aren't fated allies, but eternal rivals, and the only way to save their home is for one of them to slay the other. That is very intriguing. It's a very interesting artwork. And it looks like it goes between viewpoints. So it's like a chapter of Dominic, a chapter of Ellery. I love a dual point of view. Oh. Anyways, so thankfully the Owlcrate book came in time, and I think this was a very cute, very kind of on the smaller end. I was hoping it was going to be a mug because of the tea blend. This looks like it should make a few teas, so we'll see. It doesn't really say what it's inspired from. I'm breaking everything. Anyways, so that is the Owlcrate YA with items box. Thankfully, that means that everything came in time. So I will put this back to me finishing the other boxes. So that is the book boxes that we have. Next, I'm going to do my Christmas. So thank you if you're still here for this. I'm excited. One of them I will show last because I actually got 2 copies of one of the books. So first I got a copy of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I actually have already listened to the audio of this, and I thought it was cute. It is probably one that I would reread on a holiday, like a fall reread just for fun, because it's a very quick Hallmark-like movie. So I want to work on getting the rest of the series. I've not read any of the other ones. Next, I also got Alchemy's Secrets. So I'm a little bit behind on catching up with this one. I do have the audiobook, but I have not listened to it. So I might try and do a immersion read with this. I still have yet to do that. I kind of want to do that a little bit more in 2026, but it smells like heaven. And then I also got Catabasis, I think it's Catabasis, I think is the main one. I still am on part 2 of book 1 of Poppy War. I got a little run down trying to read that one, but I do want to pick it back up. I have a few books that I didn't finish in 2025 that I want to finish kind of as we're starting in, but I finally get to see this. This one sounds a little bit more intriguing to me, of the Journey Through Hell and the Dante's Inferno comparisons. Also, I can't help it. You gotta smell a good book. And then some of you might think this is ridiculous, but I got the 20th anniversary of Twilight edition. I had all of the Twilight books on midnight releases. I've read them since they first came out. I saw the movies. I did the midnight premieres. Had everything. I have Midnight Sun in an original copy. I don't have all of my original ones. I read those books so much growing up. And one thing I really want to do is, it's been so long, is going back in like a different part of my life and reading them, and how everything sounds probably really cringy at this point. But also like to do a tandem Twilight and Midnight Sun read. That is what I want. You know, you guys may make fun of me, but these are beautiful and I'm really excited that I got this. The final one that I received, I actually received 2 of these, so it will jump into some of the books that I bought, because I got 2 copies of Alchemized. My sister-in-law and my husband both got me this, and sorry to my husband, but I had to keep the one that she got me, because she got me the special edition sprayed edge, gorgeous. Has the, like, they both had it, but like they have the reversible dust jacket. I am so freaking excited for this. I just read Manacled for the first time, and I am beyond excited. It is daunting because it is over 1,000 pages. I probably will read this earlier in this year, because I did just read Manacled and I really want to see how they compare. One of my coworkers is actually doing the reverse order, and she's reading Alchemized first and then reading Manacled, and then we are going to compare to see who thought the order was better. I feel like it's probably going to be better to read this and then Manacled, because Manacled, while there are problems with J.K. Rowling, like, Sinlin Yu's book is phenomenal. But because I got 2 of these, I did return one and then bought myself a couple of books with the credit plus some of my money. And it worked out because my bookstore was also having a 20% off sale. So it feels right. So I got myself Wild Reverence. I have the Fairyloot editions of Divine Rivals, and I loved that duology. This, I think, is supposed to be like a prequel, or it's set in the same world. Yeah, it's set in the same world. So it's tied to them, but is not part of those 2. And then I got myself Crown Tide. I am a completionist. I was not the biggest fan of Skyshade. I was singing from the rooftops recommending people to read Lightlark, because I loved it so much. It was a phenomenal beginning to a series, and then unfortunately between books 2 and 3, not much has happened. We haven't really progressed. The love stories haven't really progressed. We are at this weird standstill, so I'm hoping this circles us back through and makes me love the story a little bit more. But I'm a completionist, and I do want to see what happens between Grimm and Oro. I do still want the Grimm and Oro dual book. And then the other thing I got for my birthday that I got for myself, because they didn't get it for me, is Brimstone. I'm so freaking excited for this book. Do I remember everything from Quicksilver? No. Am I actually really upset that this is the cover art now? Yeah, I know people did not like the indie cover. I think she designed it herself. I loved it. And I hate that I can't get a second copy that has the same artwork, because this is kind of plain. You know, do I like that I got some shiny coppery edges? Yes. I love it. Ooh, I didn't even know. Okay, well, I didn't know there was artwork. So that's a turn I wasn't ready for. I feel a little bit better now, because that is gorgeous. This is a hefty book. Oh, let's let that crack open. Wonderful. Other books that I bought. So I actually, during the sale from Owlcrate, bought from their, I think it was like the $1 classics. You can't turn down, you know? So I bought some books off of their 10th anniversary sale. So this is not, anyway, so I got the Phantom of the Opera. It's gonna help me finish my, some of my Her Kid prompts. And then I also got Frankenstein, which I think these covers are really interesting. So I'm glad I got it. And then I may have made a mistake. So I already own the Fairyloot edition of Threads That Bind. And I was looking for Threads That Bind Us. And then I saw this on Owlcrate, thought it was that, but I just got a second copy of a book I already own. This is like a curse of me and Owlcrate, but I got it in its matching sequel. So potentially this is the one I'm going to keep. But, and then the final books that I bought this month were for, if you follow me on TikTok, you'll know that I put this up whenever I was there. So I did the Honolulu Marathon, and I did a little book shopping when I was there, because I was feeling kind of down about some stuff, and my husband, with his very sage wisdom, said you don't have to feel good to buy books. And I said, that is completely accurate. So you don't have to feel good to buy books. So first I bought Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I will always buy a Tessa Bailey book. It does not matter if I do not own it, I will buy it. I have actually already read this. I was a big fan. Which I'll put a little bit more detailed in my review of my December reads. I will warn you, this is some instant love. But she's a felon. So excellent. I got House on the Cerulean Sea. I've heard so much about this. I have not read a TJ Klune book yet, but I think I own 2 now, so they always smell so good. I bought The Au Pair Affair, also by Tessa Bailey. Again, you see them, you buy them. I have already read Fangirl Down, and this is about his friend that you meet at the end of the book, and I believe her best friend. And I love both of those 2 characters. So, and then I also got How to Be an Anti-Racist. I got this because actually I started to listen to it on audio right when I got back. No, maybe right before we left for vacation. I started to listen to this on audio. Immediately was like, I love how beautifully this beginning is written, and I want the physical form I need the physical form to read. And so I hunted this down. I found the last copy that was in the Ala Moana Barnes & Noble. So sorry if you also wanted this. I took it. But the paperback version is updated fairly recently. He does have annotations throughout the book about things that he's changed and why he's changed it and tried to update it for the time. So I think you might be able to see the stack. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26 new books. I did not read 26 books in December, and therefore I am not decreasing my TBR and losing at I am losing at the TBR rat race. So I will get these added to my TBR jar. We'll go through that math on that video, but thank you for joining. Hopefully with the new year, boxes are going to show up a little bit more on time. I will add in any ones that may have come from this point before posting it. And hopefully in 2026, I will get my TBR lower than what we're starting with. And that was another reason I wanted to get this done, so I could go through and see just how many books I truly do have, make sure my math is correct, and get that started with you guys on my reviews of seeing if we can end lower than what we started. But as always, thank you guys so much for joining. If you made it this far, please put a little green heart down in the comments, letting me know that you listened the whole way through. Thank you so much if you did. You guys are amazing. I love all of you. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Also, you can hit the bell icon so you can get notified every single time that I post. Either is great. I do have a goal this year of getting up to 50 subscribers. If you saw my 6-month rebrand video, which would have come up before this one, that is a big goal for me that I want to try and hit. So if you can contribute, that would be awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you in the near future for the next one. Bye.